I got a story to tell. Got another story to tell. All right. This is not one of my brightest moments, okay? This is the story how I got my butt whooped for letting my older brother get jumped, okay? We were living in Philly at the time. I was either 7 turning 8 or 8 turning 9, but we was living in Philly at the time. Um, for those of y'all that don't know, I grew up in Maryland and Philly from K through fourth grade, basically. I went to the same elementary school in Maryland twice and the same elementary school in Philly twice. Indian Queen in Maryland and Thurgood Marshall in Philly. All right, enough of that. So we in Philly at the time, and around this time, my older brother, if you know who he is, you know who he is. I'm not gonna say his name, but I'm gonna say his name, Trey. My older brother, Trey. It's me, Trey, and Basil at the time. My cousin Basil. All right, so Philly, everything is close. Where we need to be is relatively close to everything. So we had to go to Basil's Nana's house that was on 9th Street. We live on Franklin. Franklin's here. 9th Street is like a couple blocks down. It's not that far. Probably like a 10, 15-minute walk, if that. So, but around this time, Trey was doing all this like Trey's the oldest one out of all of us at the time. Trey's like when people used to it's like the poles that be sticking out the ground in Philly. Trey used to just hop the poles, like just leapfrog over the poles, stuff like that. Nothing crazy, nothing too crazy. But this one day, I don't know, I don't know, I don't know what was going through my brother's head at this moment, but it was these three Asian dudes. Like big brother, he's probably 6 foot something at the time, but they all look 7 foot to us when we was younger. He's probably 6 foot at the time. Then it was three of them, 6 foot. We'd say 6'6", 6 foot, and then he had a little brother. Little brother probably like fourth, like as tall as one of those poles Trey was hopping over. So my older brother Trey thought it was a great idea. I'm going fat. I'm saying his name a lot. My older brother at the time thought it was a great idea to like hop over their little brother. He would have made it, but you know how like you know how when you like when you I got still you know how when you jump and like your jeans, but that part of your jeans get like tight in the middle, pause. So it just like stretched all the way out. So it wasn't really no give to his pants when he was jumping over little bro. So his pants caught their little brother's head. Little brother go down, head hit the ground. I'm like, oh man, what is next, man? So long story short, man, they picked my brother up and threw him in a bush. Long story short, that's all they did. And me at the time, I'm 8 years old, little dude. You mean, I just think I'm like froze. I'm like, I don't know what to do. So I take off running, right? I went to go get my uncle. That's why I took off running. I took off running to go get my uncle because he was the one that told us to go over there. So I took off running to go get my uncle. Lo and behold, he is around the corner where I'm going to. So this don't look good for me because it looked like I'm running, I'm running away, and my brother is over there getting. He not getting beat up, but he getting beat up, but he not getting beat up because there was nothing wrong with my brother. But they like, I guess they doing whatever they're doing to him in the bush. So I go get my uncle, but he see me running, so it's a bad look for me. And then by the time my uncle came around the corner, they was gone, and my brother was just right there. So now we go to my cousin Basil's Nana's house. Now it's time for us to go home from Nana's house, which I said it's not that far, like a 10-15 minute walk. So my uncle made a game out of it because it was about to start raining. He was like, all right, first one to get home, the first one to get home that drives wins, right? So I take off. Boom, boom, boom. I take off running. Took off, got to the house. I wasn't that I was there. I got dry. I was dry. I wasn't that I didn't get rain on too much. So now he's like, all right, come on. Like he had me, Bassett, and Trey come down in the living room on the couch. He said, so what happened? And I tell him boom boom boom. He's like, so you ran? I was like, yeah, but he's like, nah. He stopped me, cut me off. He was like, Bassett, what'd you do, Bassett? Still, still, look at me, still. You know, you know we did not do nothing when them two boys threw Trey in the bushes. You know we ain't do nothing. But Sill's like, yeah, I helped. I'm like, but at this point, it's his word against mine. So I ain't even say nothing. I was like, all right, Sill help, Sill help. But I know you didn't help, Sill. I know you didn't help. We was right there together. So Basil's free to go. He said, Sean, stand up. I'm like, oh my goodness. So I'm like standing in front of him, like from here to probably my camera right now, from me to my uncle. So he was like, how you think that felt when they did that stuff to Trey? I said, it probably hurt. He said, like this? I was like, what? Cock back. Boom. Hit me right in my chest. I swear, like, yo, I swear it was like that part on the Avengers when Shorty hit the Hulk and Bruce flew out the back of the Hulk. That's what it felt like when he hit me. And I was like, boof. He hit me all the way from where I'm sitting there right now, probably in my closet. That's how far I slid back like this. I couldn't hear nothing after he hit me. It was just like the like when a grenade go off or something. That's how I sound like when I hit the ground. That's all I heard. And then that was after that. He took me to get ice cream after that. So ended up turning out to be a good thing. My brother wasn't hurt. I got jacked up a little bit. I think I got beat up worse than my brother did. He wouldn't punch me for real. And I got ice cream at the end. So all in all, I think it was a good story, man. But still, I know you didn't do nothing, still. We know you didn't do nothing, still. You was right there. You was right there.